Welcome back to my marketing management info. So in this video, I want to look at the question paper of June 2025. So we are going to start on the first section, that is on the true or false section. So our first question reads, marketing offering is also known as the marketing mix. So we have to decide whether it's true or false. But basically, when we're looking at the market offering, it is a product or service that a company provides to consumers to meet their needs. So in that case, we check again in terms of the description that we have according to the marketing mix, whereby the marketing mix is basically a set of controllable elements or variables that a company uses to influence and meet the needs of its target customers in the most effective and efficient way possible. So you'd see that the at the end of it, both marketing mix and marketing offering has to meet the customer's needs. So, which indicates that there is a similarity between marketing offering and marketing mix. So, in that sense, that makes our statement to be true. So, we have true. Then we go to this 1.2. To be production oriented means to place greater focus on consumer needs and wants, which is not correct. Remember, to be production oriented, this is where a business focus on building a high quality product instead of meeting the customer needs. So that makes our statement to be false. Then we go to 1.3. In order to achieve the profit objective, the organization must keep its customers happy so that they will return for repeat purchases. So obviously, to meet the profit objective, you have to maximize your revenue, maximize your sales. So in that case, if customers are retained, they come for repeat purchases, it means the sales figure is also going to increase. It is going to widen the gap between revenue and expenses. So that makes our 1.3 to be a true. So we have a true. So on number 4, control as a management task involves setting marketing objectives according to business objectives. So you'd see that this is false. Remember, when we are controlling, it involves a means of limiting or regulating something. So with the statement that we have there, there is no element of regulating, but actually there is issue of setting marketing objectives according to business objectives, which is basically within the context of planning. So our statement is false. When we move on to number 5, the initiator is the family member that goes and actually purchases the product, which is not correct. Obviously, the initiator is the one that is starting the process. So, of course, that makes our 1.5 to be false. Then 1.6, the phase of first starts with the arrival of the first child in the marriage and markedly changes consumer behavior patterns. So this is true. Then we go to 1.7. Female-oriented decisions are usually taken by the husband. We have 1.7. Female-oriented decisions are usually taken by the husband, which is false. This is a false. Since we are saying female oriented, so they can not be taken by the husband. So we go to 1.8. The supply side of the market consists of the potential consumers who have needs that must be satisfied. So the supply side of the market is centered on the business that is providing or producing that product, and obviously it offers it to the market. So that's the supply side. Then the consumers determine the demand. So that makes our 1.8 to be false. The motivation is an individual determinant of consumer behavior, which is true. Mission and objectives are found in the external macro environment, which is false. And remember, when I look at the macro environment, it involves all those external environmental factors that immediately influence the business success. It might be the business strategies and also influence decision making. So it makes our 1.10 to be false. The mission and objectives obviously is part of the internal environment. So it makes our statement to be false. Then on number 11, the government can be seen as a creator of order which is true. Remember, the government regulates everything that is happening in the economy. So it is a creator of order, which is true. Pre-testing of the questionnaire is done so as to rectify small mistakes, which is also true. And then number 13, one of the disadvantages associated with market segmentation is that only limited market coverage is gained, which is true because you are only concerned about the segment that you are looking at, which are limits. So there is a limitation involved. Then we got number 14, differentiated market segmentation is known as market aggregation. So number 14 is false. Remember, market aggregation is a marketing strategy where a business treats the whole market as a single homogeneous group. So that makes our number 14 to be false. The number 15, mass production brings forth a reduction in costs, which is true. Which is true. Remember, when there's mass production, it brings in economies of scale, and economies of scale obviously are related to reduction in average cost per unit, which is reduction in cost. So that's the case that we have. So it's producing in large quantities, which is beneficial by spreading the fixed costs over a larger number of units that are being produced. So basically, we have true is our response. Then we move on to question 2. So on question 2, it's our multiple choice section. 2.1, all the promotional elements form a combined unity known as the. So you'd say that this is the promotional mix. We have B as the correct response. And that will move on to 2.2. So 2.2 reads, consumers are also known as. Of course, according to our answers, we've got suppliers, competitors, and the market intermediaries. And the correct response that we have is C, the market. The market is the most appropriate according to our responses. Remember, consumers are part of the market. So remember, consumers are also the customers who buy the products, and that can only be transpiring in the market. Then we go to the next 2.3. This which social trend caused the increase in recycling of products. So according to responses that we have, I would say that it is increase in environmental awareness. Then we go to 2.4. Cameras or electronic equipment used to monitor certain behavior is an example of artificial observation. Then 2.5. In dash, it is assumed that consumers are relatively homogeneous. We've got concentration, market segmentation, mass marketing, differentiated market segmentation, market research. So you'd see that the correct one is mass marketing. So you'd see that mass marketing, it is also a marketing strategy in which a firm decides to ignore market segments. The firm decides to ignore market segment differences and appeal to the whole market with one offer or one strategy. So basically, that is mass marketing. So we have B. So moving on to the next section, which is now our question 3. We have to choose a term from column B that matches the description in column A. So the first one is income minus total cost. Obviously, this leads to our profit. So we have our net profit on D. So we're saying on the first part, we have D. Then 3.2, a variable that can influence the economic environment. The economic environment, we see that when there is a recession, it's going to obviously influence economic activities in the economy, so thereby influencing the economic environment. So a recession basically is described when the economic activity is going down in the economy, and it's associated with unemployment or it's associated with main macroeconomic problems. When there is a recession, unemployment is one of them. Also, it's also associated with inflation. So those are typical macroeconomic problems, part of the recession. Then you go to 3.3. Usually takes place when the business, usually takes place when the husband or wife purchases products without the knowledge or consent of the other. So we saw that this is autonomic decision making, which is A. So autonomic decision making basically is a choice of action based on personal values, which makes it the correct response. Then at 3.4, it is used to compare products, brands, or groups of products with each other on a basis of two or more dimensions. So on 3.4, you'd see that the correct one is G, which is positioning guide. Positioning guide. So we have G. And then at 3.5, every unit in the population has an even chance of being included in the sample. This is random sampling, which we have on B. Remember, random sampling, basically each member of the subset that we're looking at has an equal probability of being chosen. So that is a random sampling. And you'll see that this is the end of our question 3 and end also of our section A with a total of 50 marks. So thank you for listening, and hopefully the video was helpful. Let's not forget to subscribe and share to our channel, and share the link to our colleagues who are doing what we are doing the same subject, so that we make our channel grow. Let's meet again in the next video.